Hey, how are you doing? So, I just said I'd do a nice seated mobility session for you because you forget sometimes that, while they say yoga is for everyone, not everyone can stand and not everyone might feel comfortable lying down. So, it's just another option, and it's something you can do even at your desk at work if you are at work, or if you're working from home and you're sitting a lot in front of a laptop or whatever. Even just in general, any day you can do it anywhere, sitting on the couch, sitting on the chair, the table, wherever you want. So it's accessible for everyone, really. So all you need really is a chair, preferably with a back on it, especially if you find even sitting can be difficult at times. I know even my own mother, she would find this pretty tough just to sit straight. So every single person is different. You do what you can, and we'll just try do a nice gentle session here, just sitting. So while I'm facing you here now, I'm going to obviously show you how to try to sit as tall as you can, using your core to be nice and strong as well, keeping the shoulders back so you don't want to be curling forward. So I'm going to be changing the chair around a little bit so you can see better angles. Like sometimes you're going to be able to see better if I just switch to the side like this. So you don't want to be like slouched down on the chair. You want to sit nice and tall, your tummy nice and strong, protecting your back. So again, we don't want the shoulders curling here, which is a natural thing to do because every single day of the week we find ourselves driving with the arms obviously coming forward out in front or over the laptop, things like that. And it just kind of gets into a bad habit then of, rounding those shoulders. So we want to keep those shoulders back, keep the chest nice and open. You want to again keep your tummy nice and strong here and your back nice and straight. So if you find it easier to come out further on the chair, you can of course. So again, just trying to keep sitting nice and tall, planting both feet on the floor if we can, or if you prefer you can come back. And if you do need the chair, the back of the chair to support you, you can of course. Just try to keep the chest open and the tummy nice and strong while we're doing that. Okay, so the very first thing we're doing is literally just sitting and grounding down with the feet. So both feet have them hip distance apart, trying to have the knees above your ankles, toes pointing straight ahead. Just sitting, relaxing down, keeping your tummy again nice and active here. So just tensing the tummy muscles, making sure the back is nice and straight. Shoulder blades together at the back, shoulders down, breasts and hands down. If you feel more comfortable holding on to the chair, you can of course. And just breathe in here. So just take a nice big deep breath in and out. So as we're breathing in, we're going to try to send the tummy outwards, so like it's expanding like a balloon. So you're inhaling that air in and it's filling up the belly. So inhale and allowing the belly to expand, and as you exhale, that air is leaving the body, so you're bringing the belly button in towards the spine. So inhale, we fill up the body, and as we exhale, we're just allowing the air to leave the body and just relaxing down onto the chair. So even sitting like this can be hard for some people, so do not feel like you cannot continue. If you feel like this is getting a little bit tough, just do what you can. If you need to take a break even, you can of course. If you need to sit back on the chair for a few seconds, do whatever you need to do yourself. Great. So then again, we can rest the hands either down on the lap or we can bring it onto the chair, and all we're doing here is just raising one knee up, bringing that foot back down on the floor, other leg up, and bringing it back down on the floor. So the aim here is to try to keep your hips where they are and keep your bum on the chair, and you're literally just bringing the knee up and down. So it's like you're marching on the spot. So inhale, bring one knee up, exhale, bring it down. If you find that going that slow is too hard, you can just do your marching on the spot. It's absolutely fine. And again, if it's too hard coming out from the chair, you need to sit back and just do your marching on the spot. That way you can of course. Lovely. So you're just going to relax onto the chair now, completely relax down. We're just going to start to focus on some joint mobility while we're here. So you're just going to bring one foot out in front and just start to rotate your ankle. So just rotating the ankle clockwise and anti-clockwise. So you're just loosening up the joints here. So just working on one foot first, and then we'll move on to the next one. So just bringing that foot down, just move on to the other ankle then. So just clockwise and anti-clockwise, just a few times. A lovely healthy ankle there. And just relaxing down. So just bringing that first foot up now, just taking it off the floor again. Try to keep your hips still. We're just going to inhale and we're going to point the toes away from you. Exhale, we're going to draw the toes back towards you, pushing out through your heel. So inhale, point the toes away. Exhale, draw the toes back towards you. Just one more time. Inhale, point away, stretching the front of the leg. Exhale, flex the foot. You're going to stretch the back of the lower leg. Just bringing that foot back down onto the floor, bringing up the opposite leg. You're going to inhale, point the toes away. Exhale, flex the foot, push out through the heel. Again, just use your breath to guide you through. So as you inhale, you're pointing your toe, and as you breathe out, you're just flexing your foot. So draw your toes back towards you, pushing out through the heel. Just one more time. And just bringing that foot back down again. So the next part we're going to do here is we're just working our way up along now to our knees, okay? So just all we want to do here again is if you want to hold on to the chair, you can, or if you want to bring your hands wherever is comfortable for you, it's absolutely fine. We're going to just start to rotate the knee itself. So you're just taking the foot up off the floor and you're just making circles with that knee. So again, clockwise and anti-clockwise, you're just trying to bring in some circular motion in that knee itself. So just remember it's the knee itself. So sometimes what people do is they hear me saying that and do the leg and they're moving from the hip instead of the knee, or the ankle instead of the knee. So just trying our best to locate obviously the knee joint and try to bring in that movement clockwise and anti-clockwise, whatever way you want to do that. So we'll place that leg back down. We're going to go on to the other side and just starting again to rotate the knee whatever way is comfortable for you. Just bringing in that nice slow movement. And when you slow everything down like this and you bring in subtle movement, sometimes you can kind of figure out where the niggles are, where you might feel a little bit of pain or something isn't right. You know, and as we're going through the body now, you might start to notice where you might have some sort of a problem, or maybe a little injury that you might need to work on. So just nice and slow and just relax. Brilliant. So from here then, I'm just going to turn the chair this way. And with this one, we're going to come out a little bit on to the edge of the chair, but obviously in a safe way. You don't want to come out too far, you don't want to end up on the floor. So we're going to bring our heel onto the floor. Okay, so your toes are going to be pointing up towards the ceiling, and you're going to bring the heel onto the floor. Okay, so you're going to then lean forward and you're going to feel a stretch down the back of your leg. So just from front view, this is what it looks like. One knee is bent, opposite leg is straight, and the toes on that opposite leg, you're drawn back towards you and you're pushing your heel into the floor. You're getting your stretch along the back of that leg. Brilliant. Lovely. So just sitting upright when you're doing that, you're going to feel a stretch anyway with the toes coming back towards you. If you want to make it a little bit deeper, you're going to hinge from your hips here. So you keep your back straight and you're just going to fold forward slightly. And again, you'll just feel it a little bit more, okay? So you'll feel it a small bit more when we do that. So if this is very hard for you, you might want to get a belt, and maybe someone can help you if you find it hard to put this on. But all you're doing is looping it around the sole of your foot, or just around the balls of the foot is a little bit better. You're holding on to the belt, sitting nice and tall, and you're just pulling it back towards you to keep your legs straight. If you need, you can wrap it around your hands to walk it in a little bit more. And again, just easing into that. So you're getting the stretch on the back of your leg without, you know, getting off the chair pretty much. So just relaxing that leg. We'll go on to the next one. Same again. So digging the heel on the floor, keeping the legs straight, toes coming back towards you, back straight. And if you need a deeper stretch, other than just sitting up straight, you can just lean forward, just from the hip joint itself, just coming forward, keeping your back nice and straight here. So you just holding here, breathing nice and deeply. Brilliant. So we're just going to do one more time on the opposite side. So just bending that knee, we were straightening. We'll bring the opposite leg out in front again. And again, just leaning from the hips only, so you're not bending forward, you're keeping your back straight and just hinging forward from your hips. You mightn't even move, like literally you might not even move. It can be quite tight in the hip, but just making that attempt with it nice and slowly with it, so everything's nice and controlled as well. You don't want to move too fast into it because we could do damage, obviously straining a muscle or, you know, even tearing a muscle. So just nice and slow. We'll just come out of that one then, over onto the next leg, and the final time. Brilliant. And just coming back again, straightening up. So the next one we're going to do is literally just sitting again nice and straight. All we're doing is straightening the leg. We're going to point the toes, flex the foot, lower that foot down. Opposite side, inhale, come up. We're going to point the toes, flex the foot, exhale, coming down. So just one more time again. Bringing the foot up, point the toes, flex the foot, bringing it down. One more time, point the toes, flex the foot, bringing it down. Lovely. So from here then we're going to work our way up, and this time is to our hips. So if you want to sit back, you can, holding on the chair, and all we want to do is just bring circles into the hips. Now if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, or if you're struggling with this and you feel like it's not something you can do, then that's absolutely fine. If you want to continue with the opposite, you know, the one we did a few minutes ago, you can of course instead. But if we are able to, if we feel like we're good to go, then we're thinking of the hips here now. So up to the hips we are, and we're bringing in those circles. So again, we'll do clockwise and anti-clockwise while we're here. And again, hands wherever you feel comfortable. If you want to hold onto the chair, you can. If you are sitting up and you're okay, that's fine too. It can be a little bit harder when your back is away from the back of the chair, but whatever level you're at, it's totally fine. You do you. Brilliant. So when we're done then on both sides, we're just going to come out a little bit to the edge of the chair again. And this time what we're going to do is, again from the hips, I'm going to just turn sideways. So from the hips, all we're doing is coming forward, holding here for a few seconds, and we're coming back. So keep crunching those tummy muscles, so keep them nice and strong while we're doing this. Back straight, you're just coming forward and back. Brilliant. And you will have the back of the chair here for this, right? But I'm not going to move the chair here. I'm going to do the next one just where the chair is, but you make sure you have the back of the chair and you just come out to the edge of the chair for this one. So all you're doing is keeping your tummy tight, your back straight, and you're going backwards slightly and you're coming forward. So just come on back, crunching the tummy muscles and coming back. So you're protecting your back the whole time. You don't want to just go back because you could do damage to your back. So you want to keep your tummy nice and strong. If it doesn't feel good, if you feel uncomfortable or if you feel it in your back, then don't do that one, okay? So just do whatever we can right now for ourselves to improve where we're at, but we don't do anything that doesn't feel good, alright? So the next one then, we're going to do a little twist. So again, you're sitting at the edge. So you're going to get your right hand and you're going to place your right hand onto your left knee, and then you're going to get your left hand and just place it back behind you a little bit if that feels comfortable. So you're going to take a nice big deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're just going to twist over towards that left side, and then just allowing the head to look over as far as it can over that left shoulder. We're going to take a big deep breath in. As we exhale then, just twisting nice and slowly the whole way back around. You're going to bring your left hand onto your right knee, your right hand onto the chair back behind you, and just twisting over towards that right side. So just one more time, take a big deep breath in here. With our exhale, twisting the whole way over towards the other side. So again, right hand onto left knee, left hand back behind. And all the while you're keeping the shoulder blades together at the back. Big deep breath in, exhale and come the whole way back around the last time. And just back to center again. Just taking a few big deep breaths in and out. So this time then again, we're going to just work on our tummy for a few seconds. So you're going to bring the fingertips up to the temples. So just like you would lying down, we're going to do crunches basically, sitting down. So bringing the fingertips up, chest is open, keep your tummy nice and strong here. And all you're doing is you're keeping your hips where they are and you're just looking downwards, crunching the tummy muscles, coming back up again. So you're crunching and straightening. So just keeping that going for a few breaths. So you're just crunching the tummy muscles and coming back up. So it's not a big massive movement, but you're still working on your abdominal muscles while you're doing that. Brilliant. And the next one then we'll do is just imagining we're on what you call a table pose in yoga. So usually your knees are under your hips, your hands are underneath your shoulders on the mat. So just pretending the mat is here. My hands are underneath my shoulders and my knees are underneath your hips. So this will be your table position if I was literally on my hands and knees now on the mat. So just imagine we're here now, and what we do for our cat pose normally for this one is we would keep the hands where they are and keep the knees where they are, and what we're doing is rounding the back and we're looking down in between the legs. For our cat pose then, we're going to draw our belly button towards the opposite wall, so drawing the belly button towards where the hands are out in front, and you're going to look straight ahead. So you're stretching the front and the back of the body. Doing that again, that can be very, very, very tough, so whatever you can do is perfect. Okay, so you're just going to bring the hands down. We're going to just stay sitting nice and tall. We're going to start to move up to the shoulders now. So you're just going to start to rotate your shoulders. So again, clockwise and anti-clockwise. If you want to bring the arms up, you can, and just start to bring in some circular motion that way. So again, can be a little bit tougher. Just bringing the hands down. So as we inhale now, we're going to raise the shoulders upwards. So shoulders come up with the inhale. Exhale, draw the shoulders down. Inhale, bring the shoulders up. And exhale, just bringing the shoulders down again. So just one more time, up and down. So with the hands, then we're going to bring the hands up. Inhale, bring the arms up if we can. It's okay if you just bring them as high as you can. Exhale, what you want to do is bend the elbows down. Hands, palms are facing outwards. Bring your shoulder blades together at the back. So inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bringing the arms down. So into half angel pose with the arms like angel wings. So one more time. Reaching right up. So we'll bring the hands together this time. As you exhale, then we're just going to tilt over to one side. So you're stretching all down the side of the body when we do that. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, tilting. And back to center. And exhale, just bringing the hands down again. Lovely. So this time just inhale, bring the hands up. And exhale, bring the hands down. So just flowing with your breath. Getting those rotations in the shoulders. Brilliant. So we're just going to stretch the shoulder now. So you're just going to bring one arm across your body. Bring the opposite hand onto that elbow that's coming across your body right now. And just give it a little push in towards the chest. While you're here, then you can stay here if you want because you're getting a stretch on the shoulder. If it's something you want to make a little tiny bit deeper, you can just look over towards the opposite side to where your hand is pointing. Nice big deep breath in. Brilliant, and just release. Again, if you want to do some shoulder rotations, you can. We're going to bring the opposite arm across, then bring the opposite elbow to the arm that is now up in front. Bring the hand onto that elbow and you're looking over in the opposite direction to where your fingers are pointing towards on that straight arm in front of your body. Lovely, and just release again. And again, if you want to bring in some shoulder rotation, you can. Brilliant. So this time we're just going to move down from our shoulders down to our elbows now. So all we're doing is just bending the elbows when we inhale, straightening the arms when we exhale. Brilliant. Just starting to bring in some rotation then into the elbows. These all look probably simple to a lot of people, but it's so important to keep the joints nice and warm and mobile. And just moving down to the wrists now, so just wrist rotation, clockwise and anti-clockwise in your own time. Lovely, and just bringing the arms out in front. You're going to inhale, palms facing outwards. Exhale, you're just going to turn the palms so that the fingertips are going downwards. So you're stretching the front of the wrist here. So inhale, palms facing up. Exhale, palms facing down. Brilliant. Just starting to wriggle the fingers, so like piano fingers. Wriggling them all, feeling each knuckle on both hands. As we inhale, then making fists. And as we exhale, just release and spread your fingers. So inhale, making fists. Exhale, release. Just resting the hands down. Just working now on the neck and the head. So as we inhale, we're just going to look over to one side. So inhale and just rotate the head over to one side. Exhaling, rotating the whole way over towards the other side. Again, just with your inhale, move. With your exhale, just pause for a few seconds first. Just going back to center again. This time what we're going to do is, as we inhale, we'll look up. So inhaling, you're just looking upwards, so your head tilts back slightly. Exhaling, you're looking downwards at the floor. So you're stretching, kind of trying to stretch the back of the neck. So inhale, we look up. And exhale, we look down. Back to center again. So this time we're just going to pause, take a breath in. As we exhale, then we're just going to tilt one ear down to one shoulder. So you're going to try to stretch the opposite side of the neck here to the ear that's coming down towards the shoulder. Come on back to center, take a breath in, exhaling, ear to shoulder. Back to center again. One more time. And last time on this side. Lovely. So just sitting for a few big deep breaths in again. Just remember to try to fill up the belly with that breath. So inhaling, expanding within with that breath. And as we exhale, just breathing out and let that breath flow back out through the body. So just closing the eyes for a few breaths now. Lovely. Alright, so that is the seated mobility session. I hope someone finds it some